everybody, Jeri Bellini here from my Arts and Parts. And today I am going to be working on a design team challenge for Gina Bronzini errands for the month of January. Her challenge this month is borders and use it. So I was thinking a little outside the box. And I decided to combine, I was thinking use it. I was thinking to combine my year 2017 journal, which mine is a bullet journal. If you've looked at any of my videos, I'm using a recycled sewing book. Anyway, use it. Got me thinking. These are tabs that I cut out for the back of my binder. And I separated some categories in the back of my book. I have goals, I have finances, health, stuff like that. So I cut out these file folders several weeks ago, and I planned on using them during the year to show you different art techniques. And I got thinking about the use it and I wasn't quite sure what that meant, but I thought I'm going to use one of my file folder tabs to do the design team challenge. So here I am, and this is a manila file folder that I cut to size for my journal, and I am going to do my project on this. And I bet you can't wait to see what I'm going to do. I can't wait to see what I'm going to do. I just have some crazy thoughts running around in my head. So I'm just going to get started. I'm going to work. I'm probably going to fast forward through a lot of this. And from time to time, I'll stop and come on and say, hey. All right, let's get started. The first thing I decided to do was glue down a base of old newsprint. I don't know why, because I like it. And I use Utrick. I love this matte medium. And it is matte medium, artist acrylic medium. And I buy it in these huge containers because I love it that much. And this is pretty much the only matte medium I use anymore, with the exception of the fact that I have some random jars of stuff in the closet. So, okay, enough yakking. I'm going to cover my index card with glue, and I'm going to start gluing down some newsprint. And that's pretty boring, so I'll fast forward. Alright, so the next thing I did after I put some gesso, and then I put a little Delusions ink on there, made it a little vintage looking. The next thing I did is I started to work on my borders. And I was going to use a pen and scribble around the outside edge, and you can certainly do that. But of course, because I have my sewing machine sitting right here next to me, I decided to do a little stitching. And so I just went around twice, and I try not to do it straight. I like the way it looks when it's a little wiggly. And now the next thing I'm going to do is use the stamps. Yeah, I lost the other one. Okay, I had two of them. So I'm going to use the stamps, and I have an idea to stamp on some of the book text that I have. You know, these pieces of the border that don't have any writing. I always rip them off. So I thought, well, you know, I like the color of the paper. I'm gonna stamp right on there. And what I decided to do with this piece is make multiple levels of borders on here. And so this is the beginning of that. All right, so I'm gonna probably glue that down, but I'm gonna think about it for a minute. So I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. And what I did is I printed out the genus words on this beautiful golden yellow vintagey looking paper, and then I ripped them up, as you can see, and I've been sitting here looking at them, thinking about how I want to use them on this piece. Now, remember, my challenge is borders and use it. And so I thought, since this is going to be in my bullet journal for the year, my year 2017, I thought, why not, you know, Anne said something about picking a quote for the year. I don't know if I can pick one quote for the whole year. But for now, I thought I'm starting off the year. I choose joy. I thought would be pretty cool. So the word choose was not in here, so I just took a piece of paper and I wrote it in the font that was here. But I'm also going to use more of these words on this page. What represents to me my word for the year, which was attitude, and I'm going to put that on here somewhere. You know, the word trust. I think of the word trust when I think of attitude. I think of joy. I think of laughter. I think of the possibilities. I think of hope. I think of my life. So I'm going to put all these words on here too. And I also had this in my Gina stash. And this is something she painted in a watercolor Wednesday, I believe. And I love this face. It looks very contemplative. And so I felt that I wanted to put this in here as well. So that's where I'm at this particular moment. I'm going to turn the camera off for a second and give this a little bit more thought and glue some things down, and then I'm going to come back and show you what I did. And I hope you like what I've done so far. Okay, I finished gluing everything down. I didn't use that. So here we are, and there's several borders on here. There's the border that I stitched all the way around, and I colored that in with a Faber-Castell Pitt pen. It's pale geranium. And then my next border is the stamps, and it was this one out of this set. And then my next border was my words. Strength, imagine, happy, trust, smile, love, hope. And my quote, I choose joy. And my word, attitude. And before I chose joy, I had a lot of sadness and yeah, I won't get into that. But anyway, I loved this face. It was very reflective. And this is Gina's. She did that in a Watercolor Wednesday. And this is also from the stamp set. And I always try to put a heart on all my work somewhere. It's just kind of a signature thing I do. And so I thought this would be great, and it looks like she's crying. She's so happy because she now chooses joy. So I hope you enjoyed my video, my tutorial, and I hope that it will inspire you to make a page in your journal and perhaps use some words that represent your feelings. And I'll really enjoy seeing this in my journal. And the back is actually empty, so there's room for more artwork. So thanks so much, everybody, for watching. You have a blessed day, and I'll see you again real soon. Bye-bye.